Big up, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. 12th man is back. It's another Arsenal talk show because let's be real, with 11 days into the window, Arsenal have done, you guessed it, nothing. Nothing at all. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get through some of your chats, some of your super chats. We're going to talk about some of the transfer rumours that are flying around at the moment for every single other club other than Arsenal. We're going to be talking about Manchester United and Arsenal's preview for tomorrow's game as well, because we haven't really touched too much on that also. But make sure you do me a favour. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. There's almost 100 of you here waiting already. So please make sure that you hit the like and subscribe, the two buttons that are free, the bare minimum that I expect from everybody to do for the channel. I don't expect you all to throw in super chats to start donating, but what I would love is just two buttons clicked, subscribe and like. That's all we need to do. There's been an amazing amount of 500 of you that have subscribed within the last 3 days. That is absolutely insane. Normally, we hit around 800 to 1,000 every month. To hit 500 in 3 days is just absolutely insane. You lot are absolutely moving mad. So please keep doing it. Like and subscribe. Before we go any further, please make sure that you also check out the reality raffles, the prizes. Make sure you go and check them out. Reality raffles. Make sure you click on the link in the description. You can get a great opportunity in the description to go to a football game. A lot of people are asking me how I get to the Emirates. How do we get to football games these days? It's so expensive. Well, there's a great opportunity for you with reality raffles. They've got unbelievable prizes as well, not just football prizes. Please make sure that you go over there and actually take a look, because they've got great opportunities when it comes to football. They're 99p, but if you use the code FTM10, you get it 10% off of that on top. So please make sure that you go and do that. I've had a lot of people say that they've been putting in for them, and there's unbelievable amounts of prizes over there as well. If you like music, you're into concerts, you want to go to watch, whether it be Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran or Adele, go and check them out. There's a lot of opportunities over there right now. So please make sure you're showing reality raffles some love. They've got a different weekly opportunity to get you guys to some football games. So it's a great opportunity. Please go and do that. Link is in the description. Please make sure that you are signed up as well for the Hippodrome live event. There's a lot of you that are asking me about this. A lot of people that are definitely coming and attending. Here it is. You can scan the QR code on screen, which is probably the easiest way to take you straight there. So make sure you do that now or after we finish. If you're watching live, go back, wind back to where we are here, scan the QR code, and it will take you to the page that you need. Or you can click on the link in the description and sign up for the event. Right? Is it a ticketed only event? We want to try and keep it to our audience. We don't just want anybody walking in, because then there'll be some problems. So please make sure that you do sign up if you are going to come. You'll see myself there. You'll see a load of Football's 12th Man people there. You got This Is London panel. Lee Judges will be there. Sophie Nicolau from Hybrid Squad will be there. And we're trying to arrange a couple more special guests last minute to really treat you guys. So please make sure that you are available for that one and that you've signed up if you haven't done so already. Please, it would be great to see you there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Big up to Don in the chat, who is going to be there on the night. Big up to you, my bro. Make sure you're following Don CFC on YouTube. One of the best Chelsea content creators out there, in my opinion. You've got to go with following this guy, man. So please make sure that you do that. A very tough win for Chelsea today as well against Morecambe. I hope they got through that game okay. Tomorrow we've got Man United, and Spurs have got Tamworth, Chelsea got Morecambe, Man City got Salford. I hope they're all right. That's all I'm saying. I hope they manage to get through their games while we're preparing for Manchester United. Last year it was Liverpool. Year before that is Man City. Yeah, that's what Arsenal always get the easy draws, apparently. That's what I'm being told. So anyway, big up to Don, man. I hope you're well, and a good win for you guys today. I got 5 on it. Make sure tomorrow, Potts, listen, bro, I've already admitted that we're a mess of a club. We ain't serious. That's what we're going to be talking about. Trust me, bro. I'm not happy. You know where I'm at. There's only a few of us say it how it is, and I'm just keeping it real. We are not a serious club this season. We haven't been for a while, in my opinion, and we certainly weren't in the summer, and it's showing now. And guess what, people? It's January, and the window is open, but you would not know it if you're Arsenal Football Club. We've got Man City trying to get 2 free signings through the door. Even Spurs have got themselves a goalkeeper. We've got Chelsea that are flirting. We've got Liverpool that are flirting. Manchester United sorting ins and outs out. And what are Arsenal doing? Nada. We're doing nothing. Nothing at all, people. We're chilling. It's calm. We've got a good enough squad. Raheem the Dream's back. We've got up top Havertz and Jesus that are sharing 500k a week. It's cool. It's all gravy. We're flying. We're really not. We're really not. And this is why we need to be talking about it, because I'm not happy at the moment with the way things are moving at Arsenal. I don't think we're a serious club. And I do believe it's not just Mikel Arteta. And a lot of people believe that I put a lot of pressure on Mikel Arteta. Yeah, do you know what I do? On the pitch. But I have never once blamed him off the pitch. I've always actually been fairly complimentary what he's done off the pitch. I think a few of it is a bit quirky and a bit weird. I'm not really sure that I'm much of a fan of him blasting some of the "You Never Walk Alone" out the speakers. I don't really like this lemon squeezing into jars. I don't really care for a dog called Win that when we don't win. I'm not really too fussed about the fact that he pickpockets all of his staff. What I will say is that the actual togetherness and telepathy that we've had with the fan base and the club has actually been pretty good, and I've given him a lot of praise alongside Edu and some of the others for that. But right now, things off the pitch ain't looking good. Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke are together. Josh is the only one that cares about Arsenal. And does he really care that much? Because I'm looking at what they've actually put into the club, and it's been self-sustaining for the majority of the time they've been here. Hence why we've only got a few FA Cups in the last 20 years. So I think the pressure on the owner should be now. We've had the excuses. We've had this takes time. We've had it's a process. We've had its phases. We've had the fact that, yeah, we are competing with the best team in the world. None of that exists anymore. So what do? The process has come to an end. There is funds that are needed. There's clearly money there. Pep's nowhere to be seen. Where are we? Still behind. Still behind. And let me ask you this, Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke. What happens if Maresca wins a trophy and Arnie Slot wins a trophy and Ange Postecoglou wins the League Cup and we win nothing? What happens then? Is there pressure on Mikel Arteta, or do we just give him a load more money and say there's a 3-year contract, there's £15 million a year? Because we're being told that he's been offered it and pretty much signed it. Now, if it's me, I wouldn't be giving him anywhere near a contract. When your contract is running out, when your pressure is on you, I think a good ownership will say, look, it's time to deliver, or we have to be ruthless. Like you've been ruthless with Aaron Ramsdale, and like you've been ruthless with Aubameyang and with Ozil, which some were the right decisions of. We are now being ruthless with you because we believe it's the right decision. Lots of rumours about Simone Inzaghi. Perfect. Let's bring him in then next season if Mikel Arteta fails. He wins something, all good. And I'm serious about that, by the way, because people think I just want this guy out because he's no good. I want this guy out when he's no good, when he's shown me that he's no good the end of May. Yeah? If we go out at the weekend and we lose to Spurs, there's going to be a lot of this fan base that are going to say, get him out. There is. It's starting to get a little bit nervy, isn't it, within the fan base? Yeah? We're not punching each other up like we were at Wenger out and Emery out, but it's starting to get a little bit nervy. A lot of the Arteta lovers are starting to be a little bit quiet. Their 5G's gone down again. There's no signal when you ask them questions. So let's just be real about this. We need to win these next 2 games. But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into that. Let's talk first of all about some of the transfers and the transfer news, because there are rumours. Nothing's actually going and happening, but there are some rumours and suggestions. Let's go right to the top because there's a couple of these that we need to discuss. Where are we? Now, I've not seen all of these, so we're going to go through them together, people. Let's do this. I sometimes like to do this. Sometimes people plan and prep. Let's be spontaneous, yeah, because I haven't seen much news at the moment. It doesn't look like there's a massive amount of rumour or players that are being linked with the Arsenal right now. So let's talk about Joe Bellingham because he's the first one. Sunderland, I don't know did anyone know if they got a victory today? Didn't they lose to Stoke in the FA Cup? I'm sure they did. Let me know. I thought they lost in extra time because they were in my ACCA and they let me down. But Joe Bellingham will reject interest from both Arsenal and United in favour of staying with Sunderland until the summer. So it looks as if Joe Bellingham is going to stick to his guns. Maybe he'll be playing Premier League football if Sunderland were to go up. I think they might have to go up in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get the first or second place. They've got the new manager in who's done well with Sunderland. They're a massive club, by the way. They shouldn't really be anywhere near the Championship. When you look at what they've won and the kind of position they've been in, the stadium they've got, the fan base they've got, they should be a Premier League club, in my opinion, but they're not. And they're trying to get back up there. The Sun, according to them, are saying that he's going to be staying at Sunderland. Look, it's not really a signing that I'd look at and get really excited about, if I'm honest with you. I don't think it's a player that we look at and say, do you know what? Let's go and get him. He takes us to the next level. In my opinion, we shouldn't be looking at players like that. Like, I like the look of him. I think he looks very, very promising, but he's not going to be anywhere near his brother's level. Otherwise, he'd be at Dortmund like he was right now at the age of, I think he's 19 now, or is he 20? I don't know, but he's a young kid. So we need to be looking at what his future looks like for sure. And I don't mind us scouting him, but is he really the sort of player we want to be bringing in? He's not going to get ahead of Marino. He's not going to get ahead of Rice. He's not going to get ahead of Partey or Jorginho. So this is just a squad player we're linked with here. This is not one that excites me at all, if I'm honest with you. So that's the way I see it. Well over 400 of you in here. Make sure you hit the like button because we haven't even hit 100. Hit the like and subscribe, people. Come on. We're getting closer and closer to 31k already. And we need to get 250 likes on this video. So let's make sure that we do that, people. Big up to all of you. Look, let's go to the next rumor, shall we? This is looking like Manchester City are doing business, and Manchester City are the favourites to sign Hugo Larsson from Frankfurt. The German club wants £70 million for the midfielder, and he's also being tracked by Liverpool and Arsenal. Let me just be real with you. Out of the three clubs that are linked there, Arsenal were the least likely to get him. Do you know why? Because we're not serious. And we will try to scrimp and we will try to save. And Man City and Liverpool aren't interested in that because they just want to get the player. Now, if this is a serious player they want, I don't know much about Hugo Larsson. I don't even know where he plays. I don't know if he's a holding midfielder or an attacking midfielder. But if he's an exciting midfielder, which I imagine he would be for the kind of price range of £70 million, Arsenal won't get him because Liverpool and Manchester City will offer more money and they'll offer him more money on his wages. So let's not get excited by that one. Does anyone know who Hugo Larsson is? Let me know in the chat if you think Hugo Larsson would be a good signing because I don't know anything about him. For Frankfurt, I know they're doing well. I like their manager. I think Marmoush would be the player that I'd want. I know the player that everyone's talking about from Frankfurt. Let's put in Hugo Larsson. He's a Swedish footballer, and he is a midfielder. It just says 20 years old. What's he done on Wiki? 6'2". Was at Malmo. Yeah, I think he's more of a kind of holding midfielder, if I'm honest. Made his senior debut for Malmo. Made his debut in 2022. Where are we? Frankfurt in 2023. International career, he's been for the under-19s and under-21s. Let's just be real. He's not somebody that we are going to be bringing in, again, like Bellingham, to take us across the line. So, look, I'm not too sure if I can see this one being serious. This, however, would excite me if it was true. Steve K is saying transferdots.com and Ben Jacobs suggesting that Arsenal are monitoring Alex Baena. Now, he is the one that would excite me. This is ahead of a potential January move. It's first reported on transfer.com, and their interest in November was serious, according to Ben Jacobs, who's now confirmed. This is the sort of signing that would actually get me out of my seat. Alex Baena is a really, really talented player and looks very, very exciting on the ball. I think he's at Villarreal, by the way. He's a player that I think a lot of people was talking about and saying, we must get him. I think he can play across the front three in terms of the attacking mind. He's definitely not a striker, but he can play on the right and the left and attacking midfield. He's a player that a lot of people have spoken about and being kind of potentially someone that we should be looking to go for. His stats at the moment for Villarreal are 16 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists. So 9 goals and assists in 16, which to be fair isn't that bad actually. When you play for Villarreal, who are not exactly flying at the top of the La Liga, a lot of people like the rumor of this. A lot of people speaking about him being a fantastic option for us, and I think that Alex Baena could play in a number of roles. And I was speaking to Paolo earlier. Make sure you go check that out on Sports Network on Spotify, because I actually do feel like another creative midfielder is still needed at Arsenal. And I understand that Ethan's very, very promising, but at the moment he's out. I also understand that with Ødegaard being there, not quite well at the moment. I don't think he's quite there. I don't know how ill he's going to be and how long he's going to be sick for, by the way. But he seems to have been sick for ages and not quite on the money. And I just wonder if there's a future with Martin Ødegaard in the attacking 8 in the Bernardo Silva type role. And we go and get our Kevin De Bruyne at number 10. And I just wonder if Alex Baena is that guy. Maybe it's Florian Wirtz or Musiala. Maybe that's the dream, right? But I do believe there's a world where we can actually play Ødegaard and another attacking option. I just think Arteta needs to kind of go to that level. I think he needs to be in certain games where you actually play the both of them. When we've got Ipswich, Southampton and Leicester at home, why are we playing Jorginho and Partey? Why are we playing Rice with them? Let's go with Rice in the 6 and then actually have 2 attacking midfielders. So play Ethan and Ødegaard. If we've got Baena in January, for example, play Ødegaard and Baena together against those teams. Why? Why not? So for me, I think Ødegaard's a fantastic player, but I just feel this season that there's been times where he's taken way too many touches and it's starting to frustrate the hell out of me. By the time he actually controls the ball, turns, looks up, everyone's back because he's taken so many touches on the ball. This is by no means me saying we need to get rid of Ødegaard or that I don't rate him. I think he's one of our best players. Technically gifted, wonderful to watch, superb weight of pass, brilliant press, all the leadership qualities you get on the pitch with him as well. But what I will say is there's been times where he's frustrated the life out of me through either not shooting when he needs to, trying to find that perfect pass instead of shooting, or taking way too many touches and slowing the game down, allowing defenders to get back. I also think he's struggling at the moment because when we actually play Saka, the opposition team put 2 players on him. And then all of a sudden, Ødegaard's got all the space in the world. Now Saka's not there and the opposition don't need to put two-man tag team on an Ethan Wan-area, Jesus or a Sterling. Erdegaard's now been stifled a bit more because there's not as much space for him. So I truly believe that. That's why Saka being out will actually affect the game of Martin Erdegaard, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's take a look at the next one, shall we? Because apparently, shock horror, Arsenal will not be able to afford a British record fee for Isak this summer. So why could we afford a British record fee for Declan Rice then? Why could we? Is there a reason why we can't now? Is that it now? Is that it? We just buy Declan Rice and for the next 3 years or 3 windows, we're now skin. Is that genuinely what you're telling me? Because if that's the case, these cronkies aren't putting enough money into the club. Because people will go, they've let you spend £700 million. Yes, but how much of that was their money? This is what I keep saying. How much of the 700 million that we've spent come from the Stan Kroenke's pocket? Or are they just saying, yeah, go and sign him if you want, the money's there? Or are they saying, oh, I know you ain't got money. Who is it you want? We want Declan Rice. Oh, crikey, how much is he? Well, they want 105 million. Go on then, here. Here's 150. Go and get someone else you need as well. Now, I'm not saying that all the owners are like Sheikh Mansour and Roman Abramovich, but they're two of the most serious football owners that the world has ever seen, not just in the Premier League. They've gone and got the players that they need at the time. Manchester City are doing it again now. They need a defender, they'll get a defender. They'll need a right back because Kyle Walker's leaving today, they'll get a right back. They'll definitely get a replacement for Rodri, and they'll probably get a winger or a striker as well. So it doesn't surprise me that Marmoush is linked. It doesn't surprise me that Kuzanov and Vitor Risa are both linked. And it does not surprise me that they're being linked with all the defensive midfielders under the sun. They'll probably get all 4 positions covered in January because they're a serious club. Chelsea, they don't need Kvaratskhelia, but they'll probably go and put an offer in for him because they're serious. They're serious. Meanwhile, the Cronkies are sitting there trying to say, how's Sterling doing? Is he all doing all right? You enjoying the signing of Sterling? Has Mourinho and Calafiori played more than 10 games together yet? Come on. We know who's serious and who's not, yeah? And Arsenal are not. Let's just be real. When it comes to Alexander Isak, I don't think he's ever going to be an Arsenal player. I've got to be real. Because I don't think we've got serious enough owners that would say, do you know what? This is the guy that you want, isn't it? Yes. Okay. How much is he going to be? Well, they reckon he's going to be between 100 and 150. Well, here's 150 million. Yeah. Put that on top of what you've already got and go and get him. They did it with the basketball player. Is it Jokic? They've done it with him. Go and do it with Isak. Come on, Josh. Show me you're serious. Show me you're serious. That's what I'm asking. So I don't think we're going to get him. There's a lot of Newcastle fans that are getting annoyed, apparently, with the media claiming that he's coming to Arsenal, and Arsenal fans are annoying the Newcastle fans because they don't want to lose him. I get it. He's being spoken about all the time. And he hasn't once said he wants to leave Newcastle, by the way. And I truly believe if Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, which I still think they can, he'll stay. If Newcastle don't get Europe, I think him and Bruno will go. And I think they should because they need to be playing at the top level. But I still believe they could stay at Newcastle. Isak's my number 1. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Gyökeres is my number 2, who I believe we can get this window. Turkish has said it right. It's a delicious window. Gyökeres, Osimhen, Nico Williams, Kvaratskhelia, Bryan Mbeumo, Cunha, Semenyo, John Duran. All these players are apparently available. So what the hell are we doing? There's no one available. Wait till the summer. I keep saying it. Their favourite song at Arsenal is Will Smith. Summer, summer, summertime. They must blast it out in the dressing rooms, yeah? So everyone realises that's what we're doing. Nothing till the summer. It's madness, you know. Absolute madness for me. So that's where I'm at with Isak. Let's go into this next rumour. Yeah, Edu. This is an interesting point because a lot of people are now talking about Edu again and why we need to look at potentially getting Edu replacements in. We haven't even got a sporting director, people. This is mad. It's absolutely mad. So, look, I don't know what's happening with my computer, by the way. I don't know if it's gone funny for you, but it went funny for me. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. I hope you're all good. Can you all hear me? Let me know. Wi-Fi is going here. Yeah, I thought it was. Something went wrong anyway. Hopefully you can all hear me again. Give me a shout in the chat that you can hear me, yeah? If we can't, we'll have to stop and start again. But hopefully it's all good. Wi-Fi is moving like Arteta. Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. Apologies, people, but hopefully I'm back now. You lot are saying you can hear me, so it's calm. Look, I find it frustrating that there's a lot of people that are kind of pointing the finger towards myself or Turkish or Curtis and saying that we're negative and that it's so boring to listen to you. And I think, what are you looking at then? What are you looking at right now that fills you with excitement? We might win the league. We might win the Champions League. I've been saying that for 21 years and 30 years. It's not happened so far. And I know how this movie ends. I've seen this many, many times and I've read this in books and I see what happens at the end. I see it. Yeah. This is like reading the book Seven or watching the film Seven and just waiting until he's then walks into the police station and you're thinking, this might end differently. No, I know how it ends. I'm not going to ruin the ending for those that haven't seen Seven, but make sure you go watch Seven because it's a quality, um, yeah, it's a quality film. So look, I've seen this movie and I've seen this book, and it don't end well. Let's talk about Edu though. Apparently, Edu's departure does not seem to be Edu's personal decision, but a decision from Arsenal's top management after a transfer period that was considered not effective enough. To put it simply, Edu was fired and not resigned. I mean, do we believe this? Do we actually think that Edu was fired? I think he left because I believe that there was two reasons I think he left. I think first of all, he saw no progression at Arsenal, believed that there was more progression for him in his personal career and maybe for his development over at Nottingham Forest, where he's now going to be a CEO, something he wanted to be at Arsenal. He wanted Vinay's job. That was given to Richard Garlick. And I think now what people are going to do is say it must have been Edu's fault, when actually we don't know if it was, because January could be a shambles now because Edu's not there. Now, I wasn't a fan of Edu. I thought he did an okay job. I thought he brought some good players in. But let's be real, it wasn't fantastic. But if it's actually worse now, then we actually think, crikey, it weren't great. But at least Edu got some players in and did some negotiating. Because right now, I don't trust this Jason A2 guy at all. And they're saying that he might actually get the job full time. Why? What's he done? This guy's not even been here for 4 minutes. Not brought one player in. Oh, but we quite like the fact that he wears nice shoes and has got nice hair. Come on, man. What's it all about? Absolutely crazy. Um, Absolutely mad. It really is. Where are we here? Arsenal midfielder Jorginho is considering leaving the club this month because of a lack of minutes. I mean, are we serious? A lack of minutes? He's actually played quite a lot, in my opinion. Come on, real talk. He's actually played more than I thought. Jorginho, for me, was the kind of El Nini signing this season, where you kind of have him there if things really go bad. He's in his last year of his contract. He wants to leave now in January. I don't think we can afford to let anybody go in January, other than potentially Kieran Tierney, who deserves to go. But let's be real, unless we're buying anyone in, we don't want to make this 22-man squad even thinner. When we've got Saka out most of the year, Ben White's still not back, Tomiyasu made of glass, and other injuries that are clearly going to occur because of ACLs and long-term injuries we've had previously. Martin Odegaard's sickness and coming back from injury. Do we really want to be just giving players away? This is mad. We ain't getting any money for Jorginho if he's going now. We'll probably get about 3 million because he's for free in the summer. So I don't believe this one. I just don't think that one's going to happen. Apparently he's considering leaving and it's going to be to Brazil. I think Palmeiras have made an offer for him or something. So it's crazy, isn't it? It really is. Listen, Jorginho, just quickly on Jorginho. People think I hate Jorginho's signing. I actually quite like Jorginho's signing for £12 million. The problem wasn't we bought Jorginho. The problem was we only bought Jorginho. Because Jorginho could have been bought in as well as Caicedo, by the way. It wasn't one or the other. It wasn't like, oh my God, we've got Caicedo, but what do we do with Jorginho? Or, oh, we've bought Jorginho, now we don't need Caicedo. We needed both of them. Everybody knows that, right? We'd have a midfield right now of Rice, Caicedo, and Erdegaard. Probably the best midfield in Europe, that would be, right? Let's just be real. It would be a phenomenal midfield. But Jorginho coming in wasn't, oh my God, look at this. Yes, it was fairly deflating in comparison to Caicedo, but it wasn't a terrible signing at the time. He's coming in and had some really good games. He's coming and been potentially a squad player that's been needed to. I think we've got more than enough of our money back from £12 million. I don't believe that he's our future, but I certainly don't think he's been a bad signing. And likewise, I didn't really believe that El Neni was, if I'm honest with you. A lot of people hated on El Neni, but I thought he was a very honest player. Even he was like, look, I ain't going to be a Fabregas for you, but I'll come in and I'll give you 110%. I'll score some goals from outside the box and I'll spray the ball about a bit. Cool. That's fine. £5 million player, weren't he? Or £7 million. That's what I'm expecting. Jorginho was 12 million. Why do we expect these people to be like next level? It ain't going to be there, man. It ain't going to be that, man. So that's what that's what I'm looking at, man. So let's see. Look at this, Tebow. Rice and Caicedo, 220 million on two players. What are you on? You've not listened to me, bro. Clearly. Because back when we were trying to get Caicedo, he wasn't 115 million pounds, was he? He was 70 million. And Brighton said, no, come back in the summer. So if we would have actually said, Caicedo come out and said, I want to leave, we dumped down 80 million in the January transfer window. He comes instead of Jorginho, right? You make Brighton say yes. He's come out with his agent saying, I need to go. And then the following summer, you go and get Declan Rice. The money's there. The Cronkies just don't want to spend it. That's what it is. So listen next time. Let's big up the chat, man. Let's get the likes up, people. What are we saying? We're on 834 in here. We've only got 185 likes. Come on, people. Moving mad. You're moving about as quick as Arsenal in the transfer window, yeah? Come on, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Please, people, just hit 2 buttons. It's free. It's absolutely free. That's all you got to do. And please make sure that you are scanning the QR code. I'd love to meet as many people as possible at this live event at Hippodrome Casino, 24th of January. Please make sure you use the link in the description. It's a ticket-only event, so please make sure that you are there. I'd absolutely love to see you guys, all right? So scan the QR code or click the link in the description after the video, and we'll see you there. Big up. Okay, right. Let's carry on with the news and reports and rumours. Yeah, this was big up to African Guna for saying that Biref has completed his transfer to Monaco, and Arsenal have now received 50% of the profit due to the sell-on clause, which is around £4 million. Do you know what? Fair play. We didn't even play this guy, did we? So sell-on clause is always pretty good, to be fair. I don't think he's going to be a player that we should have kept hold of. It's not going to be like a Serge Gnabry situation, this guy. So let's see where we're at. I imagine he's going to go play with Balogun now as well. And I don't really know how Balogun's getting on. I think he's scored a few goals over there, but for me, it's not been phenomenal. So there we go. This one's quite interesting because, again, a player is being linked with another move away, and it is Alexander Zinchenko. I don't like Zinchenko. I'm just going to be real. I don't mean I don't like Zinchenko, the person. I just don't rate him as a footballer defensively. I think if you're going to be looking at playing Zinchenko for Arsenal now, we need to be playing him in that kind of left 8 role. And I'm quite surprised that Mikel Arteta has not had the confidence to throw him in there, at least try and test it in pre-season or at least in a few friendlies. He's had the opportunities to do that now in pre-season and the Carabao Cup, and he's kind of refused to do that. Now, I know people will say, oh, do you know what? You get a situation of potentially a left back or a inverted left back that goes into the central midfield. But let's just be real, man. Like, I don't want to be seeing this guy at left back like at all. I just think defensively he's just a nightmare, to be honest. Absolute nightmare. Big up to Esther, man. What the hell are you doing here? And you too, Tally. Legends. Absolute legends. Big up to both of you. I see both names and I'm thinking, am I going mad here? Yeah, I'm not going mad. 2 of my good friends, people, Esther and Steve. Big up to both of you. I hope you're well and you're up late. So either you've got babysitters or you're bored. But big up to you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like, people. Make sure you subscribe. We've got close to 900 of you in here now, which is mad numbers. So please make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. And let's move to the next rumor. Look, Zinchenko quickly. I've just got to be real. I'd just sell him. I would. You know, I've been saying I don't really think we should get rid of players if we're not. But how many left backs have we got? The only thing I will say is if Kieran Tierney is going to be going as well, you can't really afford to be getting rid of everybody in that position. We've got Calafiori, we've got Timber that can play there, but with Tomiyasu not really back for a while, it seems. I don't know what's happening to him, by the way. If we lose Kieran Tierney and we have Zinchenko and Kivior that both want to actually go, then we can't really get rid of everybody in this window. But maybe we could get rid of one. And I believe that should be Kieran Tierney, but they're saying that could potentially be a summer move now, or he just goes to Celtic on a free. I would just mutually terminate his contract. I love Kieran Tierney, but let's just be real. He needs to go. We've treated him really badly. You know, you can't keep a player unhappy at the club that long. And people will say we couldn't get rid of him because he was injured. Well, we should have just let him go back to Celtic last year instead of loaning him to Sociedad. What do you expect was going to happen? It's just mad. People are saying sell Zinchenko immediately. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that. Super chat from Thomas is saying, I have a bad feeling United will beat us on penalties. Listen, I'm going to come to that, people. Trust me, I'm going to come to that because I don't have a good feeling about tomorrow at all. So we're going to talk on Man United. But big up to you, Thomas. I hope you're well, bro. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. We're literally 3 away from 900. That's amazing. Great numbers. Big up to every single one of you that's here to talk about the amazing work that Arsenal are doing in the transfer market. not. I wish. I wish. Oh, by the way, on Zinchenko, it's not just Inter Milan now. Apparently, Fenerbahce are interested in him as well. And I'm surprised by this because I look at Simone Inzaghi and Jose Mourinho as defense-minded coaches. Why would they want Zinchenko, who can't defend at left back? They must be looking to utilize him in midfield. That's all I can think. Because there's no way that he would be a disciplined enough left back under the coaches of Jose Mourinho or Simone Inzaghi. No way. No way, Jose. By the way, Emmanuel Petit is a legend. He's the only one with a pair of cojones that can actually call this club out and call this manager out. Yeah, without the fan base getting so sensitive about it, even though they try to. Like when we do it as fans, we're toxic and negative. When these ex-legendary players do it, who actually won stuff with the club, yeah, and actually lifted titles and actually won doubles. Petit has basically said Arsenal don't just need a striker. I think they need at least 3 or 4 more players last summer. Facts. They need a left winger, a striker, and attacking midfielder. Facts. So why do people think this is negative? Because he's telling the truth. Yeah. He's come out and basically said Arsenal don't just need one player. They need a front three, an attacking midfielder. And potentially, I think he said somewhere else previously that we needed a left 8 that was like in the mould of a kind of Petit or Vieira. Facts. But how toxic and negative of him. It's absolutely crazy, man. It really is. This was interesting because, again, it's news on Edu, right? And we all know that Edu had kind of had a bit of a connection with the fan base and he was quite close to the fan base. He'd go on walks around the, kind of the bridges at the start when he first walked in. He'd go over to LA and talk to the fans over there in pre-season and stuff like that. But it looks as if he was unhappy that Arsenal manager Arteta was gaining too much authority ahead of his exit from the club. So I think what has actually happened here is there has definitely been either one of two things. He's got the hump, made himself vocal, and they've said, you better go. And he's been offered a better job by Marinakis. Or Marinakis has spoken to him, and he's kind of been torn. And he's thought, do you know what? I am going to stay, but I want more control or power. And I think Josh Kroenke has said, no, Mikel's the guy. And he's gone, well, I'm going then. Which is what I believe probably has happened. I think Josh Kroenke and Tim Lewis are the two issues at the club, as well as Stan, who just silent Stan. And I think the two of them have provided Mikel with so much power, and they have so much faith in him, just like they do Sean McVay at the Rams, that they're basically allowing him to do what he wants. And I don't think Edu likes that, and I think he's gone. That's what I genuinely believe has happened. So, yeah, it's a mess. We're not serious. How can we have no sporting director in the bloody January transfer window? Who's actually dealing with this? Is it Richard Garlick and Jason Ayetu together? Is it Mikel Arteta? Or are we just not doing anything until the summer because we haven't got a sporting director and none of us know what the hell we are doing? It's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. It really is absolutely mad. So that's where I'm at with this. Where else are we, man? Where else are we? This one. Anybody know who this is, by the way? Chelsea are considering a 42 million move for the sporting striker, Conrad Harder. The 19-year-old has also had interest from West Ham and Arsenal. No, thank you. No, thank you. No more 19-year-olds that are going to be ready in 5 years, please. Look at this, the sporting striker. We've gone up to Sporting Lisbon, and everyone must be getting excited because they think it's going to be Victor Gyökeres, and we're going to end up with some 19-year-old. That would just be so Arsenal, wouldn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Milos, big up to you, bro. Fellow Dane from Denmark. Conrad Harder, soon to be a Denmark international forward. Look, I'm sure he is, bro. But the problem is he's soon to be. That's the problem. Yeah. Soon to be. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Big up to LB, man. Thanks so much for the raid. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Make sure you're following It's LB. We've got well over 1,000 of you in here now. That's absolutely mad. Big up to all of you. Really appreciate all of you guys for the LB raid. You can come and catch LB on Monday nights on the Race for Europe show. He's on this channel, represents Man City, by far the best Man City content creator out there. So make sure you are doing your thing and going over to It's LB. LB Raid, you lot are legends, man. You're probably going to like this stream because we're talking about how rubbish Arsenal are at the moment. So you Man City fans are probably going to sit there and go, do you know what? Yeah, let's actually go and have a bit of a laugh because Arsenal, they ain't serious. And you Man City fans are going to be well happy because you're actually doing something in this window. Looks like Marmoush is interested. Looks like Vitor Reis, who they reckon is one of the best South American defenders at 18 years old, is coming to your club. And it looks like Kuzanov is done as well from Lons, who, by the way, looks an absolutely superb centre-half. So you guys must be happy. Kyle Walker, he's finally leaving. Finally, he's been dusted for about 2 seasons. You're finally getting rid. You're getting a new captain, which I imagine will probably be Ruben Diaz, who looks perfect to me as a new captain. So Manchester City, all of a sudden, a couple of wins, they're looking good, and now they're sorting out their window. What are we doing? We're sitting there waiting for Raheem the Dream to sit and start scoring again. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Crazy. Crazy. There we go. Another bit of transfer news as well is the Wolves central midfielder, João Gomez, who I actually do like a lot, by the way. I think he would be a very good signing for Arsenal. I don't know that it would take us across the line. I don't think it would be like a kind of a Zubamendi or a Frankie de Jong or a Bruno Guimaraes type signing. But I do think that João Gomez has got a lot of ability. He's subject of interest from Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool. This is the problem, right? It's come from the Sun, so don't shoot the messenger, but I don't particularly find them very reliable. However, what I will say is Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, even Spurs, they're all looking at the same positions. Everybody wants a number 9. Everybody wants a left winger. Everybody wants a creative midfielder. Everybody wants a box-to-box midfielder. Everybody wants a winger that scores or creates. Everybody wants a centre defender. Everybody wants like a inverted wide player. It's like we're all after the same positions. And Arsenal, when they go up against sides like Manchester United and even Liverpool of late, Chelsea, Manchester City, I don't think that we have the confidence as a fan base to think, yeah, he's coming to Arsenal. I just don't. I just don't think so. Maybe I'm alone there. But how many people in the chat would take João Gomez just by a shout? Because there's a lot of people that actually rate this guy. And I think he's done well at Wolves, I must say. I think he's been excellent for them. I think he's been one of their better players. I'm a big fan from what I see. So let me know, just a yes or no in the chat for João Gomez, because I do actually think he's a good player. I really do. Let's see where we're at now. Here we go. So this has come a few hours ago from AFTV. Arsenal could return in the summer for the Brazilian. This is a joke, by the way. Cunha's expected to stay. So we were linked with Cunha, and he's decided to sign a new deal with Wolves, basically. Yeah. Come on. It's absolutely mad. And we're going to be going back in the summer for him, are we? Why is everything the summer? Why is everything the summer? Why is everything in the summer? It's literally like the Calvin Harris song now, isn't it? Met you in the summer. That is basically what we are doing. Just wait till the summer, people. That's all we do. We just wait till the summer. Got nothing else to talk about than summer. We're in January. The window is open. Mad. Listen, there's only over 300 likes. We need to get that up to at least 500 or 600. We've got nearly 1.1k in the building. That is insane for a Saturday night. So please make sure you hit the like button. Big up to all of you for It's LB Raid. Man City fans, let me know who you want. We've got Man City fans in here. Let me know who you want. Who would be like the absolute number one next signing for you? Just put it in the chat. Let me know. Suge, big up to you, my guy. He says, hit the likes, people. I know people won't agree, but I want 25 million for Sane. Can play either wing, and Arteta knows him. Definitely not enough, but a start. Yeah, I don't know if that ship sailed, Suji, if I'm honest. The winger that I would want would be Marmoush. Brian Mbeumo I would take. Alex Baena is obviously a player that I would really like, but a lot of people are saying that could be unrealistic. Nico Williams, I would say fair play, but I think maybe Lookman or what did I just say? Marmoush would be a hell of a lot better, but it looks like Marmoush is looking like he's going to go to Manchester City from what I can make out. So crazy, really crazy. Who else have we got? Baleba. Yeah, do you know what? Bruno Guimaraes, Bruno G, Baleba. These are all City fans. That Baleba looks a baller, by the way. He really does. He really does. Lookman in the chat. Lookman and Eze. Where are we? Who else is there? Barcola, Ferran Torres, Baena, Lookman. Has Lookman got a release clause as well? Nah, man, this is what I mean. This window is just crazy. How can we be in a situation where we've got so many players that we need in those positions that have all got release clauses, and we're just sitting on it going, nah, is what it is. We're all right. We've got Sterling and Trossard and Martinelli and Havertz and Jesus. Barcola, excuse me, Barcola is one that Arsenal are actually genuinely interested in from what I can see, because apparently Kvaratskhelia is looking like he's going to PSG from what we can work out. Apparently he's going to be great in terms of him. Madness, absolute madness. We're Netflix FC. Do you know what? Another sensitive fan base that we've got. They didn't agree with Patrice Evra. He's out of order. Arsenal, Netflix, and then what do we do? 4 weeks later, we're going to wait till the summer next season. So after him saying we're a Netflix series because there's always next season, we come out and then start getting annoyed because Patrice Evra is telling us we're a next season club. And then what do? We announce that we're going to do nothing, but we're probably going to be busy in the summer. We are literally the gift that keeps on giving. We are turning into Tottenham, people, whether we like it or not. We are literally laughable like them. We are not a serious club, man. It's crazy. Oh, you're so negative. You're so negative. Bore off. Bore off, people. How can people be actually agree that think we're positive at the moment, man? Spicy Spurs, yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely mad. It really is. Absolute nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Let's share some more news from AFC Stuff. I like AFC Stuff. I actually do genuinely believe it's quite a good Twitter page. Make sure you're following the Twitter handle AFC Stuff because it does put it all in nicely. Arsenal midfielder Max Dowman at 15 years old is the latest to be seen in first team training. Do you know what? Actually, jokes aside, this doesn't mean, by the way, that he's going to play in the FA Cup before people start losing their heads. I will say, I'm really excited by Max Dowman. I did a video on him. Make sure you go check it out. At 14 years old, I looked at him and I thought, you are a baller. Literally so comfortable with the ball at his feet. Can play in more of a Saka and Erdegaard role on that right-hand side, but he cuts in on his left foot. He scored some absolute worldies top bins with his right and left foot. And when he's been playing for England, he just looks superb. He looks absolutely brilliant. So when players look head and shoulders above at the level he's playing at as a 14, 15-year-old, you look at that player and you think you're going to be elite. And I think I've always had a little bit of a soft spot just for the sentimental value that he comes from my hometown. So he played for a club called Stanway Rovers at Colchester in Essex. And he's now playing at Arsenal. And I believe he's going to be one of the next best things. I believe, and I don't quote me when I say this because it's come from someone that is not myself, someone who works very, very closely with him said he is unbelievable and better than Ethan Waneri was at 14, 15. Let's see. I have heard that before, though, with Charlie Patino and Dan Crowley and J. Emmanuel Thomas and all these guys. So let's not get too excited. But at the moment, things are looking good for Max Dowman. He's getting his flowers. This comes in from the Ornacle, as some like to call him, even though I do think he gets a lot wrong. But, you know, that is what it is. David Ornstein has said that Mikel Arteta loves Nico Williams. It's a long-term admiration. He would have liked to have signed him in the past. He would really like to sign him this January transfer window, but there's a good chance he can't because of the finances involved. Oh my God, please. Please. Am I reading that right? The guy's got a £49 million release clause and we're moaning about finances. It's going to be because he wants £300,000 a week. Did you not expect this to happen, Arsenal? Did you not expect, that when you get to phase 5, as people keep telling me we're in, that people are going to demand more wages? Because guess what? We're at a stage where £30 million players don't take you forward. And what we need right now is a striker like Isak that's going to demand 300k, Kvaratskhelia who's going to demand 150 to 200k. You've got players like Nico Williams, if you don't want Kvaratskhelia, which I think is crazy, by the way. Yeah. That's like going to your favorite bar and they say, we've only got bottled water tonight. And then all of a sudden, for an hour, there's a delivery of your favorite alcoholic drink. And you're like, whoa, I snapped that up quick. Do you know what? Kvaratskhelia is that alcoholic drink. He's become available. And we're sitting there sipping water still. Mad. Absolutely mad. But this finance thing is a joke, by the way. If we can't afford £49 million and £300 a week, what the hell is actually going on here? Are the Cronkies awake? It's absolute madness. He has a release clause just shy of £60 million. That keeps going up, by the way. Every time I read that, it was £49 million, €54 million. Now it's gone up to €60 million. It fluctuates with inflation and it has to be paid in one go. That's always an issue with Arsenal. We always want to do it in installments. We'll probably want to offer him £50 million in over a 5-year period or something. He also earns a very good salary in Bilbao already. That salary would need to rise if he was going to move to the Premier League, which is another obstacle. Why is it an obstacle? If you want the player, go bloody play for him. He's not agitating for a transfer, which is why many transfers do come about, because players push and he's not pushing. Will he subsequently in the summer? Perhaps more likely than now, but he seems extremely settled and that makes it a remote possibility. Why the hell do we want a player that doesn't want to come to us? Do you want to come play for Arsenal? Nah, I'm eating me tapas. I'm over in Spain. Cheers, bruv. Might go to Barcelona or Madrid. I ain't coming to London. Jeez. It's -3 at the moment. And we're trying to, oh, come on, we want him. This come from The Athletic and David Ornstein, by the way, so it's quite reliable. I'm led to believe it's almost certainly a summer deal if it happens, but it's important to say in this wild industry, never say never, because somebody may decide, make somebody may decide pull the appropriate money out and convince him to move. What is that? That doesn't even make sense at the end there. Look, it's a madness. I don't think Nico Williams is coming to Arsenal because I don't think he wants to come to Arsenal. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't think he wants to come to Arsenal. It's just crazy to suggest that he wants to come to Arsenal when he's made it quite clear he's happy in Spain. There was rumours about Barcelona. He won the Euros in Spain. He's got Lamine Yamal over there. He's got Dani Olmo over there. Just probably wants to go over to Barcelona if he does leave at all. Don't know why we're chasing the player that doesn't want to come to us. It's absolutely mad. Really is crazy. Anyway, let's not bother about the PR stuff with Ramsdale. Calafiori back in training, full focus on the FA Cup. Goalkeepers Union. This is interesting. Neto will be there, won't he? Yeah, I bet he starts tomorrow. More on that in a minute. Where else are we? Lots of training. Here we go. There we go. Mikel Arteta, the shield to the Cronkies, has been talking again. And here he is. Mikel Arteta says, I have so much support from the board, and I continue to have it. We're all willing to do the same. We just want to win the maximum amount of football matches in the way that we want to play and achieve the goals that we want to achieve, which is to win trophies. All absolute waffle. If you've got support from the board, why are half of them left and not been replaced? If you've got support from the ownership, why have they spent £200 million in 20 years of their own money? Why have they done that? That's £10 million a year that they've spent over the last near on 20 years out of their own money. They're billionaires. Have you seen the SoFi Stadium? Have you seen what they've done at the Rams? Have you seen what they're doing in America? And they want to try and do that with their priority, by the way, is to refurbish the Emirates and expand it and upgrade it to 75 to 80k. How about use that money on the squad and actually sort of win some trophies first? Just don't get it. And he is the shield, man, because there's no way he believes he's got full support and that they're the best ownership in the world. But look at them. They're both so in love with each other, you know. Stan's probably going to just worked out who he is. You're Mikel. Right. Okay. You're Mikel. Absolute madness, man. Craziness. How we doing on the likes? Smash the likes up, people. Smash the likes up. We haven't even got 400 yet. Come on, people. There's 1,080 of you in here. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to the channel, please, people. Please. We're getting very, very close to 31k. Big up to my guy, Matty. Make sure you're following the Southern Gooner, one of the most realist Gooners out there. Absolute legend. He says, I'll tell you what this is. Arteta's messed over the money the last couple of years. Now he's being made to pay for it. The manager also will not buy anyone who's established. He wants full power. Listen, I think he's going to be given full power, bruv. Honestly, Matty, I think he's going to be given full power. I think they're actually quite happy to allow Mikel to do what he wants. The problem you've got is I don't think there's any kind of togetherness at the moment. And I don't think they're on the same wavelength. I think that Edu and Vinay are not being replaced. Jason Ato getting into this interim role. You've got Richard Garlick, who's been promoted without even really going for a job interview. You've got Stan over in America leaving Josh to do the job. And I think Josh is just happy for Mikel to go crack on. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. Arteta has messed up over the money. He has messed up the money. I'm not going to lie. We haven't spent £700 million well. We've spent it on 31 players. 31 players. It's mad. It is absolutely mad. So big up to you, mate. And thanks for the super chat, bro. I really appreciate that, bro. I really do. Thank you so much, man. You're a top man. Make sure you go follow Southern Gooner, yeah? Make sure you're all subscribed to Matty. Get the likes up, people, as well. Come on. We're clearly close to 400. Let's get that up to 500 at least. I always ask for over 50%. So that would be 500 and, about 500 to 600. Let's do it. Come on. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's keep going. What more we got? Ruben Amorim thinks Erdegaard's really special. His influence is impressive. I played against them with Sporting. He didn't play both games and you felt it in the team. When he was playing, Arsenal was a different team. So he's bigging up Erdegaard. And here's Jorginho, more on him. This has come from James Ollie. It says Jorginho's representative, João Santos, has held talks with Palmeiras. Arsenal's contract's due to expire at the end of the season. The source stressed that talks between Jorginho's agent and Palmeiras were preliminary and no formal offer was discussed. So this looks like he's trying to look at his next move. I wonder if he's happy to just walk there on a free in the summer. That could be what this is about, because you can obviously sign a pre-planned contract in pre-agreed contract, sorry, in January if you're going to be a free transfer in the summer. So this could be what this is. We might keep him when he goes on a free. I'll be happy with that. I don't care. I don't mind if Jorginho at 33 is going on a free. Doesn't bother me. So that's that. Arteta says in the front positions, compared to what other clubs have done and the expenditure that we have there, we are very far from it. Has he actually read? Does he just? What is going on with this guy? I didn't read his press conference. That's probably what it is. It's because I've been busy the last couple of days, so I've actually not actually read what he said. I actually get frustrated with him in press conferences sometimes. So he's actually just said in the front positions, compared to what other clubs have, we're very far from it over the years for different reasons. Firstly, we have very good players already, right? And we had many necessities in the squad to achieve in that period. Yes, squad building focus will shift from for defence. Oh, finally. We have certain limitations and have a lot of gaps and a lot of things to cover to become the team that we want. Then the availability of those players, can you afford them? Even if this is a lot of waffle and excuses, this is unbelievable what I'm hearing now. He's basically saying, oh, yeah, we're far off it, but don't expect anything. We can't afford it. This is mad. Is this guy for real? This is just a shield to the Cronkies, isn't it? This is just a shield to the Cronkies. Don't expect them to be spending any money. Crikey. That's what he's saying. In the front positions, compared to everyone else, we're far off it. We've got very good players and we've got necessities in the squad to achieve. Yes, we will shift the defence and no longer buy defenders. We'll look to buy attackers, but can we afford them? Sometimes it's not possible. It's hard to do in this window. We'll look for internal solutions. I'm happy with the players I've got. All these excuses that I'm hearing are basically suggesting we're not going to do anything in January. Why are we wasting our times, man? Why are we wasting our bloody time? Expecting something to happen with this club, man, is just a no-go, mate. I tell you. They're absolutely clueless. Oh, wow. Haters TV have actually asked him, how's the ball for the weekend? Why is it so important if you're relating to the question I got the other day about the ball? What I said was every ball's different. That's it. It's not an excuse. It's a reality. That's him basically saying I was an idiot and I shouldn't have spoke about the ball. That's what he's talking about. Absolutely crazy. First of all, someone that can impact the team he wants to bring in. Bringing in bodies doesn't help at all. Right, what did you buy Sterling for then, bruv? What did you buy Sterling in for then? That was a body, yeah, that weren't good enough. He's just crap. He just contradicts himself, man. It's about somebody that can impact immediately and bring something we don't have. Right, how did Sterling come into the club not as a body that could impact immediately? That is something that you have not got. What is he talking about, man? How can you go and sign Sterling last minute, 48 hours before the window shut? He wasn't even available. Yeah, so he certainly wasn't someone that we actually looked at. Neto as well. Why did we buy Neto? Great shout, yeah, in the chat. Great shout. We bought Neto and Sterling. We don't just want bodies. Well, what the hell have you bought the backup cup-tied goalkeeper for then? And Raheem's the dream Sterling, who's on the bench and injured and stuff. Like, what is this, man? This is absolute madness from the guy. I wonder if he's actually lost it a bit, you know. I really do. Charles Watts suggested, I did read this out yesterday, but there is no suggestion that Arsenal are about to enter the conversation for Kvaratskhelia. I've certainly not heard anything. Do you know what? That's actually throwing a little dig there. Because that's him saying, you know, Charles Watts has said, and I've spoken to Charles a few times at the games and stuff. And I know for a fact that he's having a little bit of a dig there. He's having a little bit of a dig there, Charles. He's saying, look, as far as I'm aware, we're not. Can you believe it? But we're not in for him. Why are we not in for him? Absolutely mad. How can we not be in for Kvaratskhelia? Please, people, explain that to me. Explain to me how we are not in for Kvaratskhelia right now. How can he be available for that much? We bought Kai Havertz for £65 million, right? This guy's £63 million, apparently. Napoli have accepted he's not going to go. He's on 30k a week at the moment at Napoli. He's 23 years old. He's lit up the Euros. By far one of the best players in Serie A. In my opinion, one of the best left wingers that we can get. But instead, we're looking at going for Rashford. Luckily, that's quieting down now, by the way. I hope that's a nasty rumour because we dare go and get him. I'll tell you this now. We dare go and get him. I'm not interested. I am not interested at all in this guy. Please tell me now we are not going for Rashford. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. Let's close by looking at some of the. Have we got any more super chats? Actually, no, we haven't. Let's close by looking at the other transfer rumors, right? Because they always like to do this because there's definitely an opportunity for us to look at what everyone else is doing. Arsenal aren't doing much, and then we'll close with the preview for the game because I do want to chat about it very quickly. AC Milan have opened talks to sign Kyle Walker from Manchester City. He's reported today that he wants to leave. I think it's fair. He's been fantastic. I do still think Gary Neville's the best right back that the Premier League has seen. I know there's a lot of Man City fans in the chat that will disagree with that, but I don't think people grew up watching Gary Neville if you think that Kyle Walker's better. He's definitely quicker, but that's about it. Gary Neville was unbelievable and consistent and won so much in his career. I think Kyle Walker's definitely more athletic and got the pace, but if I'm honest, defensively, Gary Neville was sound. And formed a brilliant partnership. So, but look, he's been phenomenal and a legend at the club. So, obviously, that was always going to be a day that come. So, sad day for Manchester City, really, but he does need to go. Disasi this month, Chelsea are looking at. No one's going to want him. Apparently, Juventus do, though. Napoli are expected to move for Rashford to replace Kvaratskhelia, who obviously looks like he's on his way to PSG. We talked about Kyle Walker. Who else is there? This is an interesting one because Manchester United have offered a loan plus 34 million obligation to buy Iheanacho. His agent was in England to hold talks with the club this week. Now that's interesting because that's another centre half, and it's one that Ruben Amorim knows well. And I'm quite surprised they've gone for him over Diamande because Diamande looks the better of the two. But he is wanted by Liverpool last season, I think it was. They've actually got a good centre back pairing, and Iheanacho and Diamande are actually decent. I think Iheanacho can play in that kind of holding midfield role as well. So yeah, interesting. Bayanguna says, like up the video, people. Yeah, please make sure you do, man. Hit the like, hit subscribe, please. We've got 1.1k, nearly 1.2k in here. Absolute mad numbers. We've only got 400 likes. Let's get that up to 600 likes, please, people. Come on, only ask for 50%. That's all I do. Make sure you check out Reality Raffles and make sure you're all scanning this QR code because I want to see as many of you here as possible at the Hippodrome Casino, 24th of January, 7:45. Make sure it's a ticket-only event. Please make sure you click on the Eventbrite link in the description or you scan the QR code now or after this show. And we'll see you there. It'd be great to meet as many of you as possible. So please make sure you do that. Gibbs with the super chat says, when we were 8 points clear with no title in 20 years and the Cronkies and Forteta got Jorginho and Trossard, it told me all I needed to know. We are a joke. I don't think we're serious, bruv. I don't think we're serious. And I don't think the owners have a clue how to get us across the line, which is why they've hired a manager who I don't think has got a clue how to get us across the line. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people believe he's the guy. So we have to see in May, won't we? We have to see in May. But that could be an interesting signing that for Manchester United because I do rate him. I do look at him and think, yep, you look quite good, quite promising. I don't watch the Portuguese league, but obviously Amarim's got links now with Gyökeres and Iheanacho. Obviously Ugarte's there. He come from Sporting Lisbon. You've got Diamande still at Sporting Lisbon. Will Manchester United do what they did with Ten Hag and let Amarim go and take the players from his old club? Did that work last time? No, but would it work with Amarim? Potentially. Barcelona have held meetings with Rashford. It looks like everyone wants Rashford. Barcelona, Dortmund, AC Milan, Napoli now. Everyone's looking at him. It's crazy. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. A lot on Rashford. We talked about Beref going. Napoli have signed Philip Billing. This is a strange one, man. This is such a strange one. I don't not get this signing. Napoli have looked at Phil Bill, as they call him. Phil Bill from Bournemouth. Initial loan with an option to buy for around 8 million. Bournemouth, I thought, loved this player. It wasn't long ago. Sam from Back of the Net podcast was telling me how good he is. So crazy. Apparently, Anthony's taking Ajax to court after claiming they unlawfully fined him hundreds of thousands of pounds before he completed his move to United. Oh my God, he's just a mess, isn't he? He is a mess. Carly Chuckman-Maker from Chelsea looks like he's going to Dortmund. I think that would be a really good move, by the way. Really good move for him. I thought he's highly rated, got great potential. Clubs that have been linked with a move for Rashford: AC Milan, Juventus, Napoli, Dortmund, Barcelona, Arsenal, West Ham, and Spurs. Wow. Wow, he's definitely going somewhere. Let me tell you that. 38, Jamie Vardy, happy birthday to you. Look at that career, by the way. For over 300 league games, 136 goals, 44 assists. And he's won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Championship, and the Community Shields. Unbelievable. Look at that career compared to Harry Kane's. Whose career would you want? Wouldn't be Harry Kane's, would it? Even though he's a better player. Crazy. Fofana back in training. Talking about Jamie Vardy. Kvaratskhelia. Looks like he's going PSG. Yeah, there you go. PSG have reached a total agreement with Kvaratskhelia over a 5-year contract from Fabrizio Romano. Will he go there? Will he go there? We done Zinchenko news earlier. Frankie de Jong and Rafinha are 2 targets for the Saudi Pro League. Be fair, I'll take both of them right now. PSG are willing to spend 65 to sign Duran, but Villa value him at 80. I don't think Arsenal are going to pay 80 million for John Duran. Sana and Kimmich have both reportedly agreed to join Barcelona as free agents in the summer. They would reunite with their former coach Hansi Flick. That's 2 very good signings on free transfers. My goodness. Very good. I spoke about Hugo Larsson, who I don't know much about. United are interested in Araujo. Liverpool would allow Harvey Elliott to leave for £40 million. Wow. Brighton and Dortmund are interested. That's interesting. Kvaratskhelia is asked to leave the club. Wow. Oh my God. Giggs wants to return to management. That's a madness. Man United are set to be offered the chance to sign Jonathan David. Do you know what? I think West Ham should try and get Jonathan David. I think that'd be a really good signing for them. I really do. That's the sort of club I think he should go to, and I think he'd be given a chance at. Evan Ferguson on loan would be another option I think West Ham should go for, because obviously they've got Graham Potter now. That could be quite interesting. Let's see what happens there. Where else are we? Rashford again. Everton signing Neymar from Lyon. Graham Potter's interested in signing Dewsbury Hall and Ben Chilwell. Oh my God. If you're a West Ham fan, they're not 2 exciting players, are they? I like Dewsbury Hall, but Ben Chilwell, nah, not for me. Who else have we got here? Sade. This is one I've missed. Arsenal, Chelsea, United, and Newcastle are all interested in a move for Yeremy Hernandez, but he can only leave Deportivo for his £20 million release clause. There you go then. Who's this guy? Yeremy Hernandez. Let's take a look at him then, shall we, people? Because I don't have a clue who he is. Yeremy Hernandez. 22. Left winger. £20 million release clause. Played 18. 8 goals, 3 assists. Anyone know him? Is he any good? He's from Spain. Should have Lee Gunner on here. He'd know. He would know. I don't know is the answer. I really don't know who this guy is. I've absolutely no idea, but apparently everyone wants him. Arsenal. It's always Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. Always want him. It's always those clubs, man. Always those clubs. João Gomez, who I spoke to you about earlier, I would actually be quite interested in that, potentially, if we were to get him. Douglas Luiz would be another one I'd be interested in. Thierry Henry could become the new Belgium head coach. That could be an interesting job for him. Look at him. He's just such a legend, man. Love this guy, man. Miss watching him play. What an absolute honour it was. Oh, wow. Listen to this. Daily Mirror 13 hours ago. Dan Ashworth's hopes of becoming Arsenal's new sporting director appear to have been dashed after it emerged that Jason Ato is the front runner for the role. This guy, right? Dan Ashworth, people would want him. I wouldn't want him because I don't think he's as great as what people have said, right? However, when you look at a sporting director who wanted Gareth Southgate, you've got to have problems. However, Jason Ato has done nothing at Arsenal, right? Has worked under Edu. No one knew who he was until Edu had left. And our owners want to give him the job. He's not signed one player in January or the summer, and we want to give him the job. And for those people that are so positive and that start saying, yeah, he's responsible for all of our players, why did you give Edu and Arteta all the credit then? We should have been giving it to old Jason Ato. No one knew who this guy was. What a joke, man. What a joke thing. Joe Bellingham we spoke about. Kirkez, a player that I would love. He's not allowed to leave this month. I'd love Kirkez at Arsenal. I think he'd be a phenomenal left back. Napoli are considering Galeno. Inter are monitoring Donnarumma. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Going from AC Milan to PSG to Inter Milan. Don't know who that is. Jorginho we spoke about. Nuno Mendes is interested, by the way, in Manchester United. I think Chelsea are also looking at him. Yeah, they are. He'd be a phenomenal signing. Another left back I'd like. But we've already got so many left backs. Spoke about this lad, Conrad. United are doing all they can to beat Tottenham to the signing of Kolo Muani. Look, I don't mind Kolo Muani, but I don't think I want him at Arsenal. think he's quite a lot of money as well, people are saying. Could be quite interesting. Enzo Laffi at Sunderland from Roma, £20 million. Wow. If they get promoted, that's a loan deal. Wow. Marcus Rashford again. Kuzanov, as we said, here we go. He's off to Manchester City. Dortmund are looking to loan Inacio, but it looks like Manchester United are after him. Barcelona. James Rodriguez. Wow, that's a blast from the past. Kimmich, we've spoken about. Como are trying to get Malaysia. Go on, Cesc. Cesc Fabregas is at Como trying to do bits. Fair play. Ander Herrera. Wow. That's old school. David Moyes back at Everton. Hey, there we go. Villa want Marlon. He actually used to play for Arsenal, do you remember? As a youth player. He's actually quite good, highly rated. I think he's about 25 now. Looks about 40 in that picture, though, doesn't he? Blimey. 25 million. Billy Jr. wants to buy a club. I mean, this is a footballer wanting to buy a club. Why don't you concentrate on football? What's happening here? It's unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. There's nearly 1.2 of you in here, people. Make sure you hit the like button, yeah? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, please. Juventus want Araujo. What is going on with Araujo then? Do we rate Araujo? Is he a decent centre half? I mean, we don't need another set. Well, I think we do need another centre half, but they're not going to go and get one. Mark Guehi is another one that I think would be a really good signing this January, in my opinion. All three in the summer. Chelsea, I think it would suit. What else is there? Villa will not let Duran leave this month for less than 100 million. Why is everyone 100 million? Everyone's 100 million, aren't they? It's absolutely mad. How much do you want for 100 million? Whoa, he hasn't even done anything. Do you remember when players used to go for mad money because they actually won World Cups and Premier Leagues or La Ligas or titles? Now they just have to be like, he's 21, he's got a high ceiling and he scored 3 goals so far this season. 100 million. Everyone's 100 million. Since Rice and Caicedo and Enzo have gone for 100, everyone's 100 million. Bellingham, everyone's 100 million. It's like, wow, absolutely mad. How the hell is everyone 100 million pounds? It's just ridiculous. Don't have to do anything in the game and you're just 100 million. Crazy. Here we go. Chelsea have been informed an offer in the region of 40 million for Guehi could be sufficient enough. Why didn't they just sell him for 65 in the summer to Newcastle then? What was the point of that from Palace? And why did Chelsea get rid of him? Because they should have just kept him. He's only 24. Be better than what they've had in the last 4 years. Asensio, Villa are interested in signing him. I don't know why, because he was this wonder kid from Madrid that did nothing, has done nothing at PSG. Why does he want to go and fail again for the 3rd time in the Premier League? Crazy. Bournemouth and West Ham are interested in who? Wahi. Do you know what? He's a good player, you know. He's the one from Lens, right? Or has he gone to Marseille now? Yeah, he's gone to Marseille. He's a good signing. No official offer for the moment, and Marseille do not want to sell him, yeah, because he's doing well, obviously, over there. Oh my God, I'm reading this again. I can't believe he said this. Compared to what other clubs have done in terms of spending, we're really out of touch. Only Manchester United and Chelsea have spent more than Arsenal since Arteta's been in charge. What's he talking about? Liverpool and Manchester City have spent less than him in the last 5 years. What's he talking about? Dear me. Joker. And there we go. I think we're kind of getting there now to the majority of it. Right. Let's go on to tomorrow's game. Very, very quickly before we do get sort of 10, 15 minutes away. Look, I've got to be real with you people. I don't have the confidence tomorrow that I should do. I don't. And maybe I'm being half empty, glass half empty, as opposed to half full, because I look at things a little bit differently right now. I don't have the confidence in anything that we do right now going forward. I don't have the confidence we're going to score goals. I don't have the confidence our midfield is able to dominate teams. And I don't have the confidence that because of those things, our defence is anywhere near as strong as it should be. We're leaking goals. So I look now, and I think potentially we're in a position where we could lose tomorrow. I don't think there's any Arsenal fan I know that's very, very confident that we're going to win this game comfortably. There's many Arsenal fans I know that are really, really nervous about tomorrow, and I'm one of them. I'm not going to sit there and go with any confidence. What I will say is I'm not going to go there shaking, because I've accepted we're probably not going to go through. He's not interested in FA Cups. Since he's won one, he's won, I think, 3 games in that 5-year period. Yes, we got Man City and Liverpool last season and the season before that. This season we've got Manchester United. But I actually believe we're going to go into this game and Amarim's going to set up. Amarim's going to make it difficult. Amarim's going to keep it a 0-0. The only positive we've got is set pieces. Their goalkeeper is a shambles. Their backup one. So we've got to make sure we get through it, right? I think when you look at it, personally, Arsenal right now should be, on paper, beating Manchester United quite comfortably. But what team are we going to put out? I'll tell you what team I would go with, but I'll tell you what team I think it will be. I'll put the team to you now. This is the team I would pick. David Raya in goal, not Neto. First game in, nah, no thank you. David Raya in goal. Right back, Timber. Centre back pairing, Saliba and Gabriel. Left back, Miles Lewis Skelly. Been very impressed with him. Double pivot, Partey and Rice. Not one in the 8, one in the 6, double pivot. Number 10, Erdegaard. On the right, Jesus. Up top, Trossard. Left wing, Martinelli. Subs, Havertz. Yeah, you can bring on Marino. Yeah, you can bring on Sterling. We don't have much, right? That's what I would do. Strongest side. I've had enough of Havertz. I've just had enough of him. Yeah, he's not my favourite player. Yes, I've had enough of Trossard, but at least play Trossard and Martinelli interlinking with each other. That's what I would do. What do I think the team will be? Okay, this is what I think the team will be. I think Mikel Arteta is going to pick this team. Neto in goal. Timber at right back. Calafiori at left back. Saliba at centre back. Kivior at left centre back. I think he will pick Jorginho, Marino, and Odegaard. And then I think he'll pick a front three of Jesus, Havertz, and Martinelli. That's what I think. Ethan, Jerome, you're saying about Ethan, he's not fit, mate. He's out. So that's what I think he'll go with. And I think that's really bad. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But I just think that could happen. I think he wants to rotate because he cannot afford to play his best and strongest team in his eyes. Anyway, I would. I just play our best team in the next 2 games because they must win, right? But he won't. He won't. For me, strongest 11 tomorrow because it's a must-win game. Get them the best rest they can. Strongest 11 against Spurs because you never accept to lose to them. And then if you want to rotate a bit after that, then you might have to. But for me, these 2 next games are absolutely must bloody win. I'm sorry, they are. Oh, we can't put one ahead of the other. No, we can't. We got to just go with 2. Win and win, win and win. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to be this kind of, oh, if we lose this, and that, and the third. Can you imagine if we go out the FA Cup tomorrow and we lose to Spurs? What is that going to do to this fan base? This manager will not last. It will be the start of the beginning of the end for Mikel Arteta if he loses these 2 games. And I think he knows that, right? Now, I don't think we will lose both these games. But I've got to be realistic with you and say this to you now. I don't think we're winning either of them. Now, people will think, what? That doesn't make sense. I don't think we're going to lose them both. But I don't think we're going to win either of them. Manchester United, we know what they're going to be about. Yeah, they're going to let us have the ball. They're going to be quite comfortable, like they were with Liverpool. They're going to try to counter-attack us. They're going to make it difficult for us with their 3 at the back system. They're going to have fullbacks. They're going to make it difficult for us, or wing-backs, should I say. And they're going to let Bruno and Ugarte play the way they did against Liverpool, which, to be fair, if they do that against the midfield that I think is going to be a pretty embarrassing one that we put out there, I think they could dominate us. I think if Ugarte and Manu play the way they did against Liverpool, I think that they could dominate us. Unless we played Partey and Rice in their double pivot, I think we'd eat them up. And Erdegaard there, who I think Bruno could do the same thing. That could be really interesting, that battle in midfield. Yeah. I think we get to 1-1 in extra time, and I think that we go for it. And I think Manchester United might nick it. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be. But I actually think Manchester United might knock us out tomorrow. And I hate predicting Arsenal losses, but I just have to be realistic to say that I don't think we'll win 2 or 3-0. I don't think we can rely just on set pieces. I think we do have to be free-flowing, but I think their system is going to make it hard for us. We've already played Amorim this season only a few weeks ago, and we beat them 2-0 with 2 headers from set pieces. We cannot be in a position to try and do that every single time we play a team that goes in a low block or plays a system that we find difficult. We have to be better than that. So that's where I'm at. Then we move to Spurs, who we should comfortably beat because they've got no centre-backs at the moment. They're playing Jed Spence and Archie Gray at the back. That's what they're doing. Their midfield is not easy. It is easy, sorry, to dominate. They've got Bissouma in there. They've got Sarr in there. They sometimes play Kulusevski. They've got Madison. They've got that Bergvall. That should be easy for us to dominate. But do you know what? I think that's got draw written all over it. I think it's going to be a stinky, stinky game. I really do. I think it's going to be a boring North London derby. I think we're going to be playing football where we're going to be trying to soak up all the pressure they go with their high line and try and catch them on the break. So look, I just I feel negative myself at the moment. I do, because I'm not enjoying going to the games. Now, on paper, if you said to me you should win this game, well, Arsenal should win them both. The reason I don't think we're going to is because we're not playing well enough and we're playing two stinky teams. So I can see this being a stinky couple of games. I don't think it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be entertaining. I don't think it's going to be a 3-2 or a 4-3. I don't think either of these games are going to be high scoring. I think they're going to be stinking out the joint. And I just hope and pray that we come out of it looking good. Now, there could be a little bit of element of positivity here. The positives are everybody is back other than Bukayo Saka now. Yes, Ben White and Tomiyasu are out, but right now they don't get into our first team. Well, not in the eyes of Mikel Arteta anyway. So we've got Raya available. He's our best keeper. Our best back line, in my opinion, is probably Ben White, Gabriel Saliba and Timber. Without Ben White, it's Timber and Calafiori. All that four are available. In midfield, Partey, Rice and Odegaard, they're all available. Havertz, Martinelli and Saka. Saka's not available, so Jesus comes in. So really, apart from Ben White and Jesus, Ben White and Saka, we've got a fit 11. So what is it with Mikel? And this is what I'm really hoping, right? I am hoping and praying that Mikel Arteta is in a scenario where he has to become less stubborn and he just has to go for it now. He just has to say, do you know what? I'm sick and tired of trying to do this football that I'm being stubborn with. I have been stubborn. I've tried to find a way to win. I've tried to be a little bit more like George Graham, Diego Simeone type, where we win 1-0 and 2-1. It hasn't worked. We've lost some of those games and drew some of them. I'm just going to go for it. I am going for it. I'm going to go and put all of my efforts into getting this team back to its attacking ways, because that team could play attacking football. At the back end of last season, we were putting 5s and 6s past West Ham, past Palace, past Burnley, past Sheffield United. We were going into games believing that we were going to be scoring 3s and 4s and 5s, and we were. So why is that not happening now? Let them allow themselves to express themselves, Mikel. Don't be so robotic and overcoached and overthink stuff, man. Let them express themselves. If they want to go take their man on, let them. Don't get them to pass sideways and backwards to Marino for him to then pass sideways and backwards to try and get a balance right in midfield. What are we doing with that? Why is it so slow? Why is it so boring? Why is it so backwards? Why is it so negative? Why are you so worried about conceding goals? Because you concede them anyway. So it's not like we're keeping things tight at the back so we don't concede. We're conceding goals anyway. Crazy. So I just want to see it fluid. No rigid, no negative, no sideways, no crab passes, forwards. And when and if we do need to score, I don't mind bringing Trossard and Sterling on. I do not want to be seeing Jorginho and Marino coming on when we need to score a goal. That is not what I want. Zinchenko coming on. No, thank you. No, thank you. The only positive subs that that you can do tomorrow is Sterling, who the only reason he's positive is because of where he plays. Marino, because he can play in the attacking 8. I don't think he can, but he can. Or Trossard. That's it. They're the only 3 subs you can make. Unless there's difference in the team and you start some of those and you bring on the likes of Havertz, Martinelli, Jesus or whatever. That's what we need to be doing. But it's so like for like right now. Why can't we fling up Havertz and Martinelli up top? Yeah? And put Partey and Rice in midfield. Drop Martin Odegaard if he's having a stinker again and go 4-4-2. Try Trossard and Havertz. Try Trossard and Martinelli. Try something different, man. That's what I want to see tomorrow. Listen, people, we're going to leave it there. You're all legends, man. 1.1k in the building. You're absolute legends. Make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you're following Reality Raffles, yeah? Make sure you go over to them right now. You've got a great chance with FTM10 as the code for a 99p raffle ticket to get yourself to a football game. They've got unbelievable prizes over there. So please make sure you do that and click on the link in the description for that. And make sure you're scanning the QR code here. Scan it now. Get yourself over to the Hippodrome Casino on the 24th of January to meet us all. It'll be a great meet and greet. Great Q&A session, great panel debate that we've got planned with This Is London on this channel. We've got Lee Judges is going to be in the house if you want to come meet him and myself. got Sophie Nicolau from Highbury Squad and other special guests as well that you watch, I am sure, quite regularly. So please make sure that you're going to come join us over there, man. It'd be brilliant to see you. Links in the description. Make sure it's a ticketed event, so make sure you've signed up. Listen, people, we're out of here. Take it easy. Who's live right now, by the way? Who do you want to be redirected to? Let me know. Shout out some people that are live. It's a Sam live. It's a Sam live. Let me send you over to a Sam. Yeah, he's live. Let me send you over to a Sam. Well, shout out some names of anyone who's live that you want to go to at the moment. Where are we? Hussam. Anyone in the chat you want to go to? Hussam. Let's go to Hussam. Right. Redirect. Hussam. He sent people over to me the other day, so I'll return the favor. There we go. Go say hello to Hussam. Go spam his chat, man. Go spam his chat. Dan Potts sent me. 12th man. Dan Potts sent me. There we go. Go do it, people. There's 1,000 of you. I expect you all to be over there. Stay tuned. Don't move anywhere. And go say hello to Hussam. Say Dan Potts sent me. And big up. Last super chat of the night. Big up, Dan. Going to the game tomorrow in the North London Derby midweek. Might be head loss central. Love your stuff, bro. Love you as well, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. If anyone's going to the game tomorrow, meet me at the Burkamp statue afterwards if you want to get yourself on the channel. We're going to talk to some fans afterwards. Burkamp statue tomorrow after the game, and we will see you there. Big up to everyone. Go say hello to Hussam and go and spam the chat. We'll see you next time. We're out of here, people. Laters.